This is gonna be a fun one. It's time to scratch the paint off this thing. Let's get it dirty. I'm diving into a project and I've got to remove at least a dozen tree stumps. Should be a pretty good project. Oh yeah. Yo, farm boy. How are ya? Careful.
Boots like you.
Yeah, you got boots like me. We're gonna give this poultry a good run for its money here. I call this the tree cemetery. This is a project, it was a fence line with tall trees, and I wanted to rip them all out, but I could only get so far. And the problem is, I tried connecting this one right here to my tractor with the chain, but the chain just kept slipping off the end of it at some point. And when a grapple is 6 feet wide, it's hard to dig in on each side. That's 12 feet of digging earth, trying to pop roots. Most of the brush grubbers, I just personally didn't find work very well. This is just my opinion. Their company didn't really support their products. My tractor snapped that in a heartbeat, even on little bushes. This is supposed to be all one piece, but it's broken apart. If you read into the fine print or talk to them in person, they definitely say only for shallow rooted trees. That's kind of limited, and I don't really know how deep roots go until I pull them up. And on this big one that I tried to pull with the tractor unsuccessfully, that was with a real solid chain, like a real chain. No bueno, didn't happen. I hope all these tree stumps come popping right on out. Let's see what this tree puller can do. So who's gonna be the first one to leave a comment? All right, so I have left little landmines for myself everywhere that I need to avoid, including my propane tank. But let's start ripping and tearing. So I think I'm off center. That's the first thing I noticed. There we go, I'm clamped. And up comes the roots and all. Fantastic. That's got a little bit of root on it. Number one down. That was so fast. I'm trying to come at it from another angle now. Let's get ready for the next one. So I'm working my way up in size, trying to start with some of the smaller ones, just to make sure I know what I'm doing and how the machine's reacting to it all. Also, getting them out of the way so I can have a good clean grab at any of the larger stumps. So here we go. This is one, it's kind of folding it over. I really wish I could see better. But up it comes. Looks like I grabbed it all. Yep, that's it. Got it. Can't tell you how bad I struggled with a chain. It was just brutal getting this stuff off. There is a lot of this shaking going on. I'm just trying to get as much of the root ball dirt off as I can. Might as well keep it in the hole that I've made. Come on. Get out of there. Okay, so those teeth are pretty serious. There it goes. All right, we're down. Next one. Now this one's a little more serious. I'd call it about a 2.5, 3 inch. But I'm not too worried. All right, I'm gonna rev the engine up a little on this one. Not that I'm really that worried. Just going slow, feeling the loader, seeing what it does to the tires. right, so there, the curl with the bucket did it. It wasn't going with just the loader. It was resisting me. But sweet. So this is a little of an issue when it bites into a tree and won't let it go. There it goes. All right, next. Now this is a bigger root, but I'm gonna give it a try, just because it's next in line, so to speak. So I am gonna try to get as far up as I can. And we bit it, that's it. And so last time I learned curl did something. Oh, let's give it some juice. Oh, wow. It did. This is oh, I'm a happy guy. I am going to be able to do so much with this. I'm just trying to get some of that dirt off again. Good enough. This is definitely a skill learned, how to get the sticks, the tree trunks, the roots, whatever, off of the spiky teeth. I think that's off. It's a technique of experimental trial and error. Something I'm gonna have to work on, I guess. Come on, come on. There, through it. All right, and we move on to the next one. Rubbing it on the ground and on other things to just loosen it up with the jaws open. We bite. We lift with a little curl. Give it some gas. Yeah, the curl definitely will do it, where the front end loader by itself just won't. Man, this thing must just have a huge taproot or something. Whoa, that was a lot. I grabbed a lot more out on the nose. I've got a rock behind me that I'm watching. All right, I see more. I can't tell you, this is just so much more fun than a chain. Come on, get off there. There we go. Whoa! Okay, I thought I really liked my grapple. Grapple's got to be careful. It's got a new sheriff in town. Yeah, it's difficult to get that off at times. All right, what else we got? Now I'm kind of like root hunting. I almost wonder if I need like a mirror on that top bar to look down, like to cheat. Let's go after the big one here. All right, give it a little power. I'm on it, lifting, and it'll pull it right there. Yep. What you can't see here in the video extremely well, the land here is actually sloping quite a bit, so I don't like to get sideways as much as I can help. Alright, so this one's a little bigger, but have no fear. Let's try the cutting. So I'm going to give it a lot of power. Just kind of dive in here. Pull up, put it in reverse, give it some lift. I hope I did something there. Should I do it again? I'm gonna back up just a pinch so I can see. Wow, that was nice. See kind of a plunge I did. Great. Did some digging there, some trenching. Alright, let's alright, I'm on. I'm giving it some lift, now some curl. That's just sweet. So it's right around here that I just start pulling trees and dropping them where they are. I'm not running back to the pile anymore. Kind of figure when I'm done, I'll get out, grab them by hand, pick them up, and make a pile of them. more stubborn one. No challenge. Surprising though, it's a lot smaller. Kind of like grabbing out at the ends of the tip, and because I get a little more leverage that way, it feels like. So I'm gonna have to get out here soon and just evaluate what I've done. Maybe expose some more pieces that need to be ripped out. I could see having a kind of a partner in this would be helpful, like somebody that could have a hoe or something like that and point out to you where the pieces are that you missed or left in the ground. But wow, this thing is just making no time of this. I can't believe I spent hours and hours and hours in this little patch. I spent like multiple days with me and my wife. Gotta find stuff to rub and hit with it. There we go. Well, I made a bit of a mess, but all these stumps are pulled out, and that isn't as bad as it looks. I just need to pull some of the droppings from the tree puller to the side, and that should be fantastic. Now that I pulled all that, a lot of this is just loose from the tractor. Amazing how the tractor gets this whole tree out, and this little tiny 1/4-inch root ties me up. Old iron. That's a soda can top from probably the 60s or 70s, just buried in the ground there. So at this point, I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna stop the cleanup here, and that this would just be easier to run through with the grapple. Now that big trees are out of the way, this is fantastic. Big success. Got some more to do over here. You get the idea of it, so it's more of the same. So I hope it's helpful to somebody out there. Maybe you need a tree puller. It's a great way to tame some property and get some land back. That was a lot of fun yesterday. This morning though, I got a little bit of cleanup to do. Just want to pick up some of my piles and my messes I've made and try to even the ground out, but I've switched over to another tool. Back to my grapple. So day 2 is all about the grapple. I just have to clear all those landmine piles and all these stumps that I've pulled out of the ground and get them down to my burn pile, which I really need to light up sometime soon. Burn ban is coming. I can feel the pressure. I need to burn what I have and keep adding and keep burning. So nothing crazy or new here with the grapple that you haven't seen before. It just does a great job picking up piles. But what it really did good was working through the land. I would use it to rough up and pull out the roots, and then you would often see me lift up and drop, just trying to keep the soil there and just get the roots into piles that could be taken away. I also did some backwards raking, which in my opinion, the more times you go over it, the more it breaks up the soil and the smoother it all gets. So I was breaking the ridge that was at the top of the hill and filling in some other spots. In the end, that will all make it nice once it's seeded with grass, so that I can just roll over it with the 0-turn mower without any problems. Of course, my sister-in-law's dog had to come over and check out my work. Hey, so I hope this isn't a totally boring video, but a little bit of hand tools, level this out, add some grass seed, and this is so much better than the stump graveyard that it was. And look at this nice soil. looking pretty good. Can't complain. Anyway, what do you got, silly dog? Well, from where we started, I'd say that's a huge, drastic improvement. That would have taken me days. But I'm very happy with how it turned out and can't wait to use the notch tree puller more and my grapple. I still love the grapple, but the notch thing, what can you say? It's top notch, right? Ah, the smell of fresh earth. Grass seed, and then it's mowing season. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, then why don't you check out that video and see if it's of any interest to you too. All right, enough catching my breath. I gotta get going. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye. What a day.